Like when I see Zootopia, I mean I've seen Zootopia like 12 times. Welcome into the January 16th edition of the Finishing Forks Golf Podcast. I am Jack Swisher, your host, joined in again by Sean Paul.
Hey, everybody.
And Chris Villa.
Hello.
How you guys doing today?
Fantastic, man. I realized January 16th, it's my mom's birthday. So, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know about you two, but I'm getting paid to be here today. I have the day off.
You get the day off?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get this vacation time? No,
Yeah.
This is holiday pay.
MLK Day,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
Paid day off.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, coming up on today's show, we're going to talk the Sony Open recap, preview the Career Builder Challenge, take a few questions from some listeners, and do some teaching tips. That's where I was going with that. This is a very exciting week for us here on the Finishing Forks Golf Podcast. We got approved to be on iTunes. Big deal.
Woo! Yes, sir.
And we're definitely moving in the right direction. I'd like to thank everybody who's been listening and sharing and getting other people to listen.
It also sounds more professional when you just throw that out there. We're on iTunes.
Yeah.
Find us on iTunes. You know where to go.
Yeah, right?
Just how it works.
Go and subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button.
I pulled up the podcast app on my Apple TV and saw us on my 55-inch TV or whatever we got. That's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I
If
mean?
you
Something that we did.
If we put it on a bigger TV, would it make you feel more special?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good.
Let's do it on a movie screen.
Let's do it.
Done.
You can listen to it. It'd be the same thing as everywhere else we go,
Yeah.
but it's cooler
But
because it's bigger.
You see the logo.
Yeah.
And we
I like
did
that. It's a good looking logo.
Yeah.
But we do have
It's a
people
good
that have been
logo.
complimenting us. I don't know about you guys. I had a friend of mine end a terrible day at work by saying it was the best sounding pilot podcast he had heard from the first episode. This was actually right after the second episode was released, so he probably didn't check it out yet. But just want to give a shout out to Skylar for making my day that day. So that's always nice.
That's good stuff, Chris. I'm getting the complete opposite. I'm just getting everyone hating on me for my picks. But, at least they're listening.
Yeah.
No, but I'm kidding. We have I got quite a bit of feedback from family, from friends, and it's all good stuff, man. I love hearing it. Got an old golf buddy, Phil, calling me out for a few of my Jordan Spieth comments.
LaFada?
Big LaFada. Love that kid. But calling me out for some Spieth picks. But really,
as he should.
As he should, yeah, as everyone probably should. But oh well.
I had Robbie Jacqueline call you out about Justin Thomas.
We'll get there, Chris. We'll get there. Again, like I said to you guys in our little text message, nobody else stopped me when I said that. So you guys were on my side. But no, man, it's all good stuff. We love hearing it. So keep sending me feedback. Keep sending us feedback. And actually, in a little bit, Jack, if you want to jump into some questions, things like that, we're looking for you guys to send us some feedback, ask us some questions, anything like that.
Yeah, we're going to do a segment later that is questions from listeners. So if you guys got anything for us, professionally, golf-wise, personal, whatever you want to know, if it's good, we'll answer it. Even if it's not, we won't.
If it's mediocre, we probably will answer it still.
Yeah, we're going to get like 3 questions, so we got to answer them all.
I think that would be a huge win if we got 3. Got to start somewhere, right, Jack?
Yep. But just kind of wrap that up. Thank you guys all for listening. That's why we're doing it. If no one listened, then we would just stop doing it. But we're having a good time. I know I get jacked up. Like Friday, I'm ready to do another one. I got to wait till Monday.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I love it.
That might be a new segment there. Jacked up.
Jacked up with Jack?
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
We got jacked up on these picks.
Sounds good. So, yes, keep listening on iTunes. Go subscribe. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and wait right now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We'll give you a second.
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe right now if you haven't already. You can still find us on YouTube. We'll still be posting there, and on SoundCloud as well. If you have that app, you can listen there. It's all good. Listen somewhere. Listen to all 3. It's good for us. So Justin Thomas shoots 27 under to own the Hawaiian Islands.
Yeah.
And win the Sony Open. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah. No, it's the greatest trophy you can get in all the sports right there.
Do you think they should just give him the islands, all of them?
Yeah. No. Like I said, the islands that he wins on, he gets.
So he gets Maui and Oahu in this deal?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Like for a year?
Yeah, just until somebody else wins it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no
if he repeats and goes back to back next year, then it's his for good.
Yeah, Thomas just destroys that golf tournament. Shoots 27 under. Second place, Justin Rose at 20 under. Let me give it his 4 rounds. He shoots 66, 64, 66, 64 to lose by 7 shots.
It doesn't even sniff
No.
a victory.
No.
Yeah.
Nice little second place check, but no.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Spieth came out and said it felt like they were all playing for second place, which they were.
Yeah, it didn't feel that way. That's what was happening. But did it not feel like we were on 59 watch every day?
We were.
I mean, Justin Thomas goes out there and shoots 59 first day, which was obviously outstanding. And then we have 2 61s on day 2. We have a 60 on day 3. We have another 61 on day 4.
If you recall from the first episode, Jack did say this might be some of the best golf we'll ever see this season.
Some of the best golf. I also said it was going to be the easiest golf course they play all year, and it looked like it was.
And I still don't think he saw that coming.
Yeah.
Like that, not like that.
No, this is the only pick I made right last week, but whatever.
Yeah, let's not. We won't even talk about those.
Right.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, to round out the top 5 there, Jordan Spieth finished 3rd, Kevin Kisner 4th, and Jamie Lovemark tied for 4th as well.
Oh, USC boy.
Yeah. That's. I think that's a name to watch going forward.
I think they thought that was a name to watch like 4 or 5 years ago when he broke
when he was like
tour.
21. Yeah, and maybe it actually is time to watch it.
Yeah,
Just a couple years too early.
Yeah, they were a little early.
Yep.
No big deal.
Talking about our picks, I took Jimmy Walker to win this week.
That wasn't so hot, huh?
No, he missed the cut.
Yeah,
he got to play 36, not 72.
I was going to say, I didn't see his name.
No, I will say in my defense, during the broadcast, they said that he had a chest congestion, and he didn't sleep the night before the first round. So if I'd have known that, obviously it would have been my pick.
Well, that's why you got to do your research, right?
Well, yeah. We tape on Monday. That happens on Thursday. Yeah, research.
A lot can happen.
So my winner didn't go so well. Kevin Na played okay, made the cut, made some money, but nothing to write home about. And JJ Spawn, my dark horse, he missed the cut too. It happens, you know what I mean? 144 players in the field, only 70-ish make the cut.
Yeah.
You know, you win some, you lose some. Wasn't a week for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
How about you, Sean?
Well, my dark horse, Mr. Wesley Bryan, which, I don't even want to call it dark horse. It was more of a just out of left field. This guy's been playing well on the web.com tour. Let's just pick him. Mm-hmm. He shot 70-70 for even par. And do you know what even par gets you in this tournament?
Miscut.
Yeah, by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by a long shot. Other than that, Hideki played decent. Didn't play so hot in the 4th round. T27 for him. So, ho-hum.
Is what it is.
His first tournament this year out of the top 2. So you got to have one.
It happens.
Out of us, the big winner would have been Chris with his Zach Johnson pick.
Very close. It was very close. Final group on Sunday. I was pretty excited for that, but then he just kind of slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, it happens.
A lot of those young guys started coming up. Spieth made a run. Obviously, Justin Rose isn't young, but he definitely made a run.
I wonder if
this
he
Kisner guy
takes it like as seriously as like the young guys do. Like Zach Johnson's got a handful of wins under his belt. He doesn't really care.
Yeah.
So when he goes out there in that final group, knowing he can't win, like I know he's not gonna mail it in, but like I wonder if there's something.
Yeah.
There's something to that.
I think a guy like that, like it's really all about winning for him. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's only about winning.
Yeah,
huh?
that's
kind of my point though. Is
Yeah.
he knows he really can't win, so like, go out there and
I think
just cruise. I think there's a little more incentive behind the younger guys to go out there and.
they're trying to make enough money to keep their cards.
That's what I'm saying.
Zach Johnson doesn't have a problem with that.
He's looking for W's and that's it.
Yep. How did you guys see Spieth and Kaufman on Thursday?
I love it so much.
Yeah, me too.
It is so good.
Yeah. I will say that Golf Channel took that and ran. I think they showed more of that than the actual golf on Thursday.
Is this the canoe thing?
This is the kayak.
Oh,
yeah,
kayak
the
thing?
kayak.
Yeah, I didn't know what was up with that.
Spieth said maybe he shouldn't have gone out on a kayak with Smiley Kaufman. I think I'd go on a kayak with Smiley Kaufman.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what was his quote? He said Smiley Kaufman was just about the worst person you could ever go out there with.
Yeah, no,
now I know that.
Yeah, I think. I think I would go. I think I'd go with him. I think that would be fun.
I think it'd be a blast.
Yeah,
I like it.
He's sponsored by Natty Ice, Natty Light. That's what I meant.
The beer?
The beer.
That's the greatest.
That's
thing I've ever
right.
heard. I had no idea.
That's actually, I didn't know they sponsored.
So I mean,
neither did anyone else.
Yeah, right. They don't sponsor. They don't even know what golf is. But
isn't that like John Daly being sponsored by Big Red back in the day? It's the big golf bag that said Big Red on it.
I remember that.
It's so good.
Yeah, I will say that's something that the PGA Tour does not do a very good job of is marketing their personalities on tour. Like,
yes.
I mean, how many golfers do you really know who they are or what they're about or
like a little bit behind the scenes?
Yeah. No, I think they need to do more of that kind of
player
stuff.
profiles.
I feel like they pick a guy to roll with. Like, the last couple of years, it was like Ricky Fowler is the cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's the guy who rides dirt bikes, and he's sponsored by Red Bull and this and that. And, like, great, but, like, they chose a guy and went a direction instead of giving us a little taste of, like, who Smiley Kaufman is, who's an absolute nutball.
Yeah, right?
The guy's awesome.
I mean, like, we know kind of who Dustin Johnson is, but we don't know who he is.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
So
Actually, that's a lot. Did you see they did post a him and Paulina and all their friends made a little music video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come-
So
well-
they posted that on PGA Tour's Instagram. So at least they're putting out like a little bit of an effort.
Yeah, they're trying to capture Paulina's fans.
I was gonna say it's Paulina, it's
They're
not
just-
Dustin. Is
They're
it?
they're going for followers on that one.
Yeah, that's a good call. We should probably look into that.
Yeah, right.
Get Paulina on the podcast?
Probably not.
No,
No.
There's an outside
What
chance
about
for
her dad?
everything.
Wayne? Can we get Wayne in here? No.
No.
Let's do
How
it.
about Dustin?
I mean, they're more than
Can we
welcome
get
to.
Dustin? No. All right.
I partied with them at the Bellagio one time.
It's close enough, right?
Mrs. Gretzky, so maybe we could have Chad Wenzel. I think he was the hookup.
Let's not get into that, Chris.
Let me pick up that name you dropped on the floor there, Chris. Jesus. All right. So just one other thing I noticed. Do you want to talk about Bryson DeChambeau's putting, or should we just pass on
I
that?
mean, we can talk. I don't want to because
that-
it makes me sick to my stomach.
That guy's going to think himself right off the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I think he's well on his way.
Yeah.
Before he really gets on there.
What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the guy made the cut shot, I think 9 or 10 under for the weekend, but
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't know.
Did he miss a lot of putts? I didn't catch this one.
What?
do you know how he's putting, Chris? I mean, have you ever seen somebody putt like what they call side straddle, where he's literally like next to his right foot, and I mean, it's like
it's like a pendulum. It's
but it's
not really.
because it's off the side of your body. It's like a weird. I don't know. I think there's a pretty good reason why no one else does it on tour.
Yeah, I don't.
Like no one else does it on tour. Like wasn't there a famous guy back in the day that putted like that?
Yeah,
like
I
a
know
Sam
who it is.
Snead or one of those
somebody,
guys, whatever it was, but
not forever.
old school.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. I think the guy's.
The guy's a nut job.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a tinkerer to the max. And my issue with tinkering, and I think I'm a little bit of the same way when it comes to my putting stroke and changing grips and changing putters, is that you never get fully used to something. Nothing really sets in.
Yeah, we should just tell her, just get a new putter.
Yeah,
that's what normal people do.
Right.
If you don't putt well, just go get a new putter.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
got to be
it
putter's
ain't,
fault.
it ain't you. Yeah, no reason to change, the putting style and relearn something. Just go get a new putter and you're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It reminds me of when Phil tried to play those couple of tournaments with 2 drivers and then tried to play a tournament with no driver.
Fada? No, the Mickelson, right?
It wouldn't
Phil
wouldn't
Mickelson.
surprise me. I could see LaFada doing that too. But no, yeah, Mickelson playing with 2 drivers and then no driver. It's like there's a reason why no one else is doing that. There's outside of the box, and then there's a reason why that's not happening. Like you're not going to beat the system.
Yeah.
Learn how to putt like a normal human.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, his one length iron thing is already enough for me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll.
I saw the claw this weekend. Somebody
The claw?
using the claw. Got
See,
a buddy that uses the claw.
That's the weird thing. Like that's the kind of odd man out.
Yeah.
That's not that odd.
I hadn't seen it in years since the Taylor Neal special.
The Taylor Neal special. I love it. It's just a name dropping episode is what it's going to be.
What's your record for different putting grips in a round?
I guarantee I win this one. You guys go ahead.
I probably 2.
I've done 3 in one round where I've changed my putting grip.
9
9?
in a college tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like issues.
Along
Made the
with,
local
and actually,
PBS?
Yeah, speaking of Phil LaFada, by the way, let's bring up this story real quick. He caddied for me in my U.S. Amateur qualifier, I don't know, a handful of years ago. Went out there, it was a 36-hole tournament one day. First round I went out there, played pretty poorly. Second round I went out there, and it was 4 or 5 holes in. And I look at Phil, I'm not playing real good. And I look at Phil and I say, Phil, I'm going to put this putt with the toe of my putter. If I make it, we keep playing. If I don't make it, we're off the golf course. We're going home. And he looks at me, and of course, being a good caddy, he says, absolutely. Like, do it. Rolled in like a 30-footer for birdie, and then proceeded to make everything I looked at with the toe of my putter for the rest of that round.
Yeah.
And it was so good. So
Adjustments.
good. The playing partner I was playing with, he couldn't make a 4-footer to save his life because he was so...
Did he go to the toe?
No, he wanted to, though.
No,
Because
he
he's
should've.
like, I can't make it with the face of my putter. This guy's making everything it looks like with the toe of his putter. It was incredible. I ruined the guy's whole day. I mean,
Nice.
ruined the guy's day.
And
And I
what's-
feel, decent about
That
it.
sounds like an advice and a lesson all in one right there.
It's called don't do it. That's the real advice. Or, when things are going bad enough, then just whatever. Throw it all away.
That's right.
No, go down in flames.
Except you're not on the PGA Tour like Bryson DeChambeau, so Bryson, stop it. Anything else from the Sony guys you want to talk about?
I don't have a whole lot else.
No. So,
Nope.
well, while we move right into the European Tour event that happened in South Africa,
I
we won't
love
talk too
this.
much about it. But Rory loses in a playoff.
Yes, he
and,
does.
And then we find out he has a stress fracture in his back.
Yeah. So the fact that he went out there and played in that playoff and played pretty decent. I mean, he was complaining about his back after Saturday's round.
Friday.
After Friday's round,
he almost withdrew Friday.
Yeah, so he goes out there and plays Saturday, Sunday, and then loses in the playoff. Pretty good, pretty impressive actually.
I saw him wincing on the range before Sunday's round. Looked pretty painful, just hitting balls. So
you're saying if he didn't have a back injury, he would have just walked away with like a 11-shot victory after Sunday?
Probably Justin Thomas.
Yeah, right. You would have gone full Justin Thomas on it.
Yeah, but did you hear the story about the guy who he lost to in the playoff?
It's pretty cool. Go ahead and okay. So there was the guy that ended up beating him in the playoff. Graham Storm, I believe, is his name.
That is his name.
Yeah, Graham Storm.
Yeah.
It's a sweet name, though, right?
Yeah, Storm.
Yeah,
that could be my last name for sure.
I like that. Yeah.
Jack Storm.
Jack Storm. No, that's a sweet name.
Stage name.
Stage name. Too bad we're already 3 episodes in. People know who you are.
I'll change it
Anyway, Storm lost his European Tour card in October. Missed a par putt on the 18th hole of some tournament to lose his tour card by like €100. I don't know what that is in dollars or in yen, but we're pretty close to it. Whatever it is.
$100. Just call it $100.
You'll call it $100?
Yeah,
okay.
a buck.
Perfect.
It's whatever foreign currency you have. $1 is the same.
Okay, perfect. Done. So $100. Got lucky. Patrick Reed decided not to play in the final series, and this guy got into this tournament because of that. Goes out there, wins for the first time in like over 9 years. Pretty dang cool to do it, to the number 2 player in the world, back issue or not. Goes out there, beats Rory in a playoff to, gets first win in over 9 years, and obviously has his card for a little while longer now.
Yep. I have to correct myself. I fact-checked myself. I don't want to do this. It was a rib injury. Fractured rib for Rory.
Fractured rib?
Oh.
Yeah, even worse. Or better. I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like that's worse.
Than a back?
I don't know. I feel like back injuries happen all the time. I feel like rib injuries you don't hear a whole lot about. Nothing. I don't know if that's better or worse, but
maybe Rory will come on and we can ask him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
outside chance.
We're gonna work on
Tell
that.
him we're pretty booked up with Wayne and Paulina and DJ, but we'll try and squeeze him in.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back, talk about the Career Builder Challenge, take a few questions and some teaching tips.
Hey guys, if you like the intro music that we use here on Finishing Forks, please check out the rest of the song and their music by 3 Sides. Our sound guy Matt is in the band. You can hear their music on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes now. Just search for 3 Sides, that's 3 spelled out, // sides, and follow, listen, and go see them this week. Check their social media for details and more.
And we're back!
This week's golf tournament, the Career Builder Challenge out in Palm Springs. That is being played on 3 different courses during this golf tournament. A little different than normal.
Kind of an odd format.
Yeah, so they it's a celebrity charity type event where these guys are playing with celebrities in their group at the same time for the first 3 days.
Yeah.
That's got to be a little bit different for these guys. You think?
Kind of hard to, I don't know, not hard to take seriously, but it's got to kind of throw you off your game a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit different for them to be playing in, for them to kind of get loose. I mean, they're probably going to see a few bad shots out there during the round, and they don't normally get to see those.
I did read that they're trying to make this tournament get an outside audience to kind of have an art show or a fashion show or something like that too. There.
Yeah, they do a whole bunch of different things in this one. So.
One of those tournaments, like out there in the desert, like doesn't draw a huge crowd.
Right.
It's outside of the LA area, too far from anywhere else, and not a whole lot of people make it out that way. So trying to do anything they can to get some people out there, get some fans out there.
Yep. The home course for the event they play the final round is the TPC Stadium course at PGA West, 7,100 yards, par 72. Named one of the hardest golf courses in the United States. So
yeah.
I think
I don't think the tour players liked it a whole lot. For a while.
No. They played there last year, so it got a little bit better welcome. They rotate these courses over the years, so they're not always playing the same. So
they haven't played the stadium course since like 1988.
Yeah, they played it last year, but before that it was
year,
like 88. So
yeah.
We talk about past history at events. This is not the one to look at. This is almost a different event every time they go. Now, the other 2 golf courses, PGA West, the Nicklaus Tournament Course, and the La Quinta Country Club, are the other ones they're playing during the first 3 rounds. Not the most difficult golf course in the world.
No.
Not as easy as this last week at Wildlife, but I would say they're probably going to take it to these courses a little bit.
Yeah, I mean these finishing scores get up into the mid 20s a lot of the time. They're pushing that 30 number quite a bit, but as a total tournament, it's not the hardest one out there.
Yeah, no, this will be a fun one to watch if you got some time.
Lots of
to see
birdies.
Lots of birdies. Lots of joking around. You'll see some people give interviews during the round. It'll be fun, but not the most intense golf tournament you've ever seen. Defending champion Jason Duffner is in the field, like we said, though. Past good times at this tournament doesn't mean future good times. I think Chris said that no one's went back to back in 40 years in this golf tournament. So
something like that.
Yeah,
why
right.
not now?
It's gonna happen. I mean, everything else is happening this year.
It's due, right? We're
Every
due.
other one of our picks is 100% on, so why not this one?
Why
Yep.
not?
Also in the field, Patrick Reed. He won here in 2014. Phil Mickelson making his debut on the PGA Tour this year. Zach Johnson flying over from Waialae to play, and then John Ramen Noodles. Also,
Big Ramen.
Yeah, but he's also in the field.
All right, so speaking of Big John Ramen Noodles, Jack, who are your picks this week?
My picks, I gotta take Ramen.
Of course.
Yeah,
I figured.
I'm taking John Ramen Noodles to win this week.
I like it.
I mean, obviously he hasn't played yet. We haven't seen what he's gonna do, what kind of shape he's in, what kind of his golf game's
Jack,
in.
do you know if this guy's right-handed or left-handed?
He's right-handed.
Okay.
Are
you sure?
No, but I'm pretty sure.
All right.
He's
I
a
think
16 to 1 odds, by the way.
Is he? Yeah. No, he's my pick this week. Again, these fields with 144 people in it,
And
things happen.
especially a tournament like this.
But I would say he's got the best shot in my eyes to win this golf tournament. Dark horse pick for me, Emiliano Grillo, rookie last year, had a really good year. I believe he was rookie of the year last year.
Didn't the guy win like the first couple events?
He
on
won
the wraparound season.
Yeah, he won a couple events. I think he won one event last year. But the guy I think he's going to play well in this event. Again, his first event of the year, so we're kind of seeing where their golf game is at coming into the new year. It's not like we're in the swing of midsummer and we've seen these guys play 10, 12 events and we know who's hot and who's not. I mean, obviously, we would all love to know Justin Thomas was going to come out blazing.
Yeah.
But now we know he's playing well, and maybe he'll be a pick down the road. But those are my two guys to look at this week. How about you, Sean?
All right. So sticking with my theme of the last few weeks and picking guys that have beautiful mullets.
Were you going to go with Hideki again?
No.
He's not in the field.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. He didn't finish top 2, so he's out now. I hate the guy. No, I'm kidding. But no, I picked Pat Perez last couple of weeks because of his hair. So this week I'm going with Charlie Hoffman.
Ooh, nice.
Guy who's
like
got
that.
another
Nice.
just fantastic mullet.
Yeah, and the green glove.
Yeah, the green glove. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. But, I can handle it for now.
Everybody needs a trademark.
Everyone needs something. That hair is a trademark on its own, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the guy's got a great swing. Dark horse, or no, if that wasn't a dark horse enough, a guy outside like the top 60 in the world. I'm going with the guy that I like for no reason at all, but Jonas Blixt. Guy whose swing I really like. Hasn't played well in, I don't know, a handful of years. But again, figuring the tournament like this, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm just kind of picking names out of a hat. But I like him.
That's pretty much what I do every week.
Yeah, well, you're getting better though, right?
Getting better.
All right, so
getting better.
who do you got this week?
I read up on Bill Haas having a good history there, and I'm going to go for the long shot with Duffner.
Duffner to repeat?
Duffner repeat.
Did
I told you.
Did you just pick the previous champion as your dark horse?
Yes.
All right.
I mean,
Is that Jack? Is that legal?
Defending champion is dark horse? Man,
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine.
Have we explained to him the rules and how this
No.
works?
well, I don't have the
there
list
are
of
no-
over
there are no rules.
outside the top 100 in front of me. So.
Yeah.
But you do have the list of the previous champion of last year, and that's who you picked as your dark horse.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, Bill
'Cause-
Laws could have been the dark horse. Let's just flip him for him.
That's not how he said it, but
I mean, Jack said
No,
it's a different tournament every year too. So
It doesn't mean you get to pick the previous champion as the winner or as the dark horse.
No one has defended in 40 years.
You know what?
So, that's about as dark horsey as
Okay,
you
hold
get.
on.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I believe people gave me some flack for saying Justin Thomas wasn't going to win back-to-back weeks, and he came out and won back-to-back weeks, and I cut all kinds of crap for it.
You know what?
So
Justin Thomas could be my dark horse next week.
okay,
For sure.
all right,
There you go.
All right, I like it.
All right, time for some questions. First one comes from Chris V.
Wait a second, Jack. Chris V.
Yeah,
What does the V stand for?
Via. Oh, wait.
Chris Villa, the
Yeah.
guy sitting right next to
Well,
us.
he asked the question, so I thought we should go ahead and answer
These are
it for him.
listener questions.
I am a listener and a fan.
Yeah, he was
All
listening.
right.
When he thought about it, he was listening to it.
I guess
So-
that counts. Next time, can we just lie and make up a last name or make up a first name?
No.
All right.
No, now next time we'll actually have questions from listeners. That's what
I got
that's
it.
what we're going for.
Okay.
All right.
Good enough. Go on.
So Chris, how about you pose your question?
So yeah, this weekend I was watching the tournament and I overheard him on Saturday saying that there was going to be a cut in the third round. That was literally the first time I've ever heard that watching golf. And what's up with that?
Yeah, so that was something they started back in 2008. Typically in normal PGA Tour events with a full field, they have a cut after 36 holes to the top 70 and ties. So this week with scores being like they were, that top 70 and ties ended up being like 82 players. So there were a lot of guys who were in that group. So what they do when they have too many players, just to avoid like logistical issues and tee time issues on Sunday, is they'll have a cut after Saturday, down to the closest they can get to that top 70 in ties.
And what is that breakdown? Like how many players have to make the cut on the second round?
After looking up a bunch of it, I don't know if there was an actual cutoff. I think it turns into...
I think it's over 80.
Over
80, I might be
but
making that up, but I think it's over 80. They have a secondary cut after the third round.
Okay, yeah. It's what I was looking at didn't have any official, like, when we hit this number, we will do a third round cut. It just seemed like when there are enough tee times to, where they would have 5.5 hour rounds on Sunday, which is so many guys out there.
Yeah.
They'll do a third round cut. So what you'll see is the guys on the at the bottom of the leaderboard there. It'll give you a little MDF, which means made the cut and did not finish, or made the cut and did not, complete the tournament. Those guys get paid for making the cut, get FedEx Cup points, just like they're in last place basically, but don't get to play on Sunday. So. I think there's a lot of complaints about it from a lot of guys on tour. I know Tiger was the victim of that at least once. Happened at this tournament last year. So it happens a little more often than you think.
Yeah, because I don't think those guys that miss the secondary cut get paid anything either.
They do.
They do.
They get paid like they made the cut, finishing in last place.
Got it. I'll take last
A little
place.
spending cash on vacation out there.
Yeah.
The only real issue is you have no chance to improve your position. So you get last place money. They all split that money.
Yeah,
Instead of being able to go out there and shoot 65 on Sunday and move up a handful of spots, which is, quite a few dollars down there. So that's the only real issue. But then again, if you're that low, you're that far out of it.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't happen all that often, but when you get a lot of people tied for that last spot on the cut on Friday, I guess they feel like they have to cut it down a little bit more for Sunday.
Yep.
See, I learned something today.
There you go.
There you go.
Second question coming in from a long-time listener, first-time questioner, Padillac. He was playing the game Wolf on Saturday on the golf course, and he wants to know the correct rules for Wolf. For anybody who doesn't know, that is a game that you can play with a foursome. That is keeping the golf, keeping when you play golf a little more interesting. John, why don't you go ahead and kind of describe Wolf for us, and we'll kind of debate it a little bit.
Yeah, I think a lot of other people call it Captain. Basically, what people argue with the rules of how Wolf's played or how Captain's played is, how do you pick your team? Who picks the teams? How do you flip and tease, things like that? I mean, there's so many little different variations of this rule. I think we could all play Wolf our own little way.
Let's come up with the finishing forks rules of Wolf.
Ooh.
Let's do it right now.
Okay, so I'll tell you the way that I play. Flip and tees on the first tee to see the order that you tee off in.
All right. So first we start with the order.
Yeah.
And that's important for everybody out there.
It is important with the way that with my Wolf rules here. So once you have that order, you stay teeing off in that order all round long. So you'll rotate. So if 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go 2, 3, 4, 1 on the next hole and continue so on throughout the rest of the round. First guy hits his tee shot. Second guy goes, hits his tee shot. That first guy is the captain or the guy who gets to choose his team.
He gets to pick his partner, right?
Gets to pick his partner.
For that hole.
Here's where the issues start. Second guy hits his tee shot. If he goes out there and he hits it good, I have the choice to pick him or pass on him. The way that we play is if you choose to pass him, he's out. You can't pick him again.
Okay.
So you can't go back. You have to make that decision right then.
You have to pick the person after they hit their shot.
Yeah.
You can't watch everyone else.
Exactly.
So
you can't watch them pick the best one.
That's where I've played differently.
Yeah.
Where you wait until after everyone hits to pick your partner.
Yeah.
Number 4 would be the one that picks?
No, so number one goes and they tee off and everyone else hits, and then that person who's the captain, number 1, picks the partner.
Gotcha.
They get to see everybody hit and see where their ball ended up.
Gotcha.
The way that I play and not being able to go back and choosing the guy, I think it adds a little bit of pressure. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it allows guys to go solo, which is the whole Wolf. The name of the game, going Wolf, is when you play by yourself against the rest of
The other three.
So you don't want to
Yeah.
pick a partner.
Yeah, but that's usually when the other three have not hit good shots.
That's what I'm saying is you pass up on an okay shot, hoping that the next two guys are going to hit good shots, and they don't, and then you're stuck with either the fourth guy who hit a bad shot, or you're stuck rolling it on your own.
Yeah.
So that's why I like that part of the game. But
Yeah, but you also have to have 4 people that are relatively the same skill level
Now,
to do it that way.
that's again, Wolf is not a game for 4 guys that are on differing skill levels.
You can
really.
play with handicaps and getting shots in different holes, and
Yes, but it needs to even out in the end.
yeah, I got you.
And I think that's probably the reason we played that way is playing with a bunch of high school, college friends, whatever it is. It ends up being reasonably fair.
Yeah, I would say if you wanted it to be a little more stressful on the golf course, to play it that way. If you wanted it to be a little bit more fun, you have a bunch of people different skill levels playing with strokes. Probably should play it the other way, where you get to pick after everybody hits.
Yeah. So, Chris, knowing Pat a little bit, I got to assume he disagrees, huh? Or his views a little bit different? He seems like a guy who played a different way.
From what I remember, it was the last person is the wolf, and you like the first, second, and third guy, and the guy just sits there and picks guys as they go. So but you never hit, so you just hit last. Is that uncanny?
Actually, I don't mind that. That's not that bad. I don't know.
The only issue I have with that is, I like hitting first because if I, take a par 3, for example, make it real simple. If I hit it in there to a foot, then I know where I stand.
Mm-hmm.
And if those other 3 guys, blow it all over the place, I'm going by myself. I'm rolling solo.
Not picking a partner. Yeah,
Not picking a partner.
but you could do that afterwards if you went fourth anyway.
I guess, but do you have to make your choice before you hit? Or do you get to hit and then make your call?
You had to make your choice before you hit.
Yeah, so that makes it real hard.
Gotcha.
Makes it almost impossible to go on your own.
So,
Yeah.
so I guess the moral of the story is we're not going to come up with finishing forks rules of wolf.
No, I don't. I think it's impossible.
Yeah, it's a good game to try. If you didn't quite understand what we said, Google it. I guess Google tells you everything.
Google it, click on 3 links, and read 3 different sets of rules.
Yeah. Sorry, Padillac, we didn't really help you out there. But if you guys are looking for a game for a foursome out on the golf course, try Wolf and just get upset.
Use your
That's
own
it.
rules.
We used to describe it as a way to end up hating your friends at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always ends in fights.
What happens when you hate your friends before the day started?
I think you guys become better friends. By the
Okay,
end of
good.
it. Yeah.
Good. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever we see stuff. Ask a question. If it's good, we'll answer it. If not, we won't.
Teaching tip.
All right, guys, rolling on into the teaching tips. Sean, what do you got for us today?
I got something that I really haven't heard a whole lot about in a while. About a year ago, they had the anchor putter ban. A lot of guys were up in arms about it when it happened. So I want to talk a little bit about some drills you can do, or the whole anchoring your putter and why guys did it. How those guys are doing, and how to kind of recreate that and practice a little bit on your own.
Yeah, so the anchor putting ban, before we go on, how do you feel about it?
I'm torn between it.
Yeah.
Really, when you look at the stats, you look at the guys who were putting with the anchor, they weren't good. They weren't great putters to begin with. They didn't move up a whole lot in the rankings when they did it. I think from a traditional standpoint, I don't like the anchor putter.
Okay.
I think it needs to be something that you swing on your own. But when you look at the numbers behind it, who cares? It's not helping anybody.
Yeah.
The guys weren't killing it.
See, I hate the anchor putting ban, and the reason why is not for the tour players, and those guys, probably the guys who went to it weren't that great putters. Maybe they got a little bit better. It's for the 60, 70-year-old golfer or the 50-year-old golfer that's got a bad back, that this is helping elongate their golf career.
Completely agree.
It seems like the USGA and the RNA and the PGA Tour are making these rules based on the top echelon of players, and they're not really taking into account all the other people that use it. So I haven't seen very many people out on the golf course use it anymore, and maybe those people aren't playing as much or at all because they can't, because they're either, maybe they did help their putting, maybe it helped their back and not having to bend over as far. If they had the golf claw in the end, they got to stick it in, have to bend as far to pick it up. But I think when we're making rules as a golf community, we need to take everyone into consideration, not just the top echelon of guys.
I completely agree. Being a PGA member, being a part of this, and being seeing a lot of what goes on from the PGA standpoint, one of my issues with what the PGA does is I think they do make a lot of decisions whether it's a PGA, whether it's a USGA, whether it's the R&A, they make a lot of decisions from a tour level standpoint.
Yeah.
And then as much as you try to say it doesn't really matter and do whatever you want on your home golf course, it doesn't matter. That's not what guys want to do. They want to play by the rules.
Yeah, the rules are there to have let people play by them, and they're going to follow them. They're going to follow. I mean, just like the wedge groove rule. Yep. That was good for tour, but it wasn't good for the average golfer. The average golfer, it didn't help them get better. So I think, do there need to be two different sets of rules? No, but I think they have to take in consideration not just the tour players when they're making these rules. Take into consideration the entire game of golf.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now, on that note, you take a handful of tour players making this game look really easy and hitting the golf ball a straight mile when they're out there.
Yeah,
golf is not easy. It's not easy, and we don't need to be making rules that are going to make it harder for your everyday player. That's it. One of the biggest issues. This game is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
We need to make every step we can to make this game a little easier.
All right, I digressed you a little too far.
So
back to your teaching
tip. A little bit of a
though.
sidetrack. But I think using an anchor putter or mimicking your own anchor putter when you're out there practicing is a really, really good way to develop some feel and to kind of smooth things out in that putting stroke. So one of my favorite ones is to take an alignment stick. And you take an alignment stick and you stick it in kind of the back end of your putter, like where your little ball pickup would be. And then you take the other side of the alignment stick and you have it resting, somewhere below your sternum or in your belly button, somewhere in that area. And it keeps things a little bit more connected as you're working through. And just to roll some lag putts, roll some, putts that are, medium-ish length, and really get that feeling of being connected with the hands and arms and the body as you're hitting a few.
It probably takes the hands out of the putting stroke a little bit.
You know what?
More turn of the big parts of the body.
Yeah, and the thing that I like is it really keeps the hands the same distance from your body the whole time, because you can't go further or closer to your body with that alignment stick there. It keeps things just feeling like they are connected a lot better. And on that note, the other drill that I've written down here is a little ball between the arms drill. Really simple, taking something like a handball size, going in between your arms or in between your elbows and working a few that way. It's kind of the same idea, keeping things connected, keeping things together.
Kind of want to put that ball between your elbows.
That would be the spot to put it. A touch lower than that is kind of what I like.
Between your forearms then?
Yeah, exactly. But
will you be putting this up on your Instagram so we can see this?
Absolutely, Chris. I will now.
Right?
No, but that's a couple of really good ways to practice. In my own game, something that I did, I went through a couple little putting struggles, and I would take a belly putter and I'd go out there and I'd play a few rounds with it. I'd go out and I'd practice with it. And I feel like it was like hitting a little reset button for me. Smooth some things out. And when I went back to my normal putter, it was good. I kind of got that same feel and got to keep that same style going. Yep. So what do you got for me, Jack?
All right. So I'm a firm believer in getting better at golf, not only when you have a golf club or a putter in your hand, but doing other things that will help you make a better golf swing, help you make a better putting style. Very similar to putting a ball between your arms. That's kind of like a training tool. I'm big on golf training. So kind of one thing that I do at the gym, I wouldn't say very often, but every once in a while I go to the gym and and use the row machine, a very good exercise to do for the golf swing. A very intimidating thing to look at and try to do for the first time.
I was scared the first time I looked at one of those machines. I didn't know what to do.
I'm still scared when I look at it, but I'm able to do it.
There's some pretty quality YouTube videos of guys making that machine look special.
Yeah. So go ahead and watch those first, and then
know what not to do.
Yeah, just don't do that, and then just go ahead and try other things. No, I mean, if you definitely want to attempt it, it's really good for. It works the legs, it works the core, it works the back, it works the shoulders.
A
little bit of everything. Get you a little cardio. 10 minutes on that thing, and you're sucking in wind. So I would try that out. It's definitely good for the golf swing. It's good for all the muscles that you would use in the golf swing. I would definitely YouTube or Google how to do it first, so you're doing it right.
Yeah, and there's so many golf training things out there too.
Yeah.
You can go and look up, and some golf specific stuff.
Very, very, very true. And we'll talk some more about more of those. But I think that's one machine or one apparatus you could use that will really help your golf game. It won't just help you at the gym. So I would recommend trying it. Give it a go. If you have questions, Google, But
Don't ask us. That's not the questions that we're looking for.
I can do it. I can't explain it. I don't know how I do it, but I get on it, and then all of a sudden I'm going. So
if you ask us, we're just going to Google it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Awesome, guys. That was a pretty good episode, I thought. What do you guys think?
I think it's good stuff, man. I need to have some wins here with my picks pretty quickly.
You hurt? Like, do you take it personally when people call you out?
I take it personally just because the picks were bad.
Okay.
You know, and let's
happens.
be honest, they weren't that bad.
No.
Jordan Speed still hasn't won.
Yeah, well,
So,
But it's
coming-
top 3, right?
yeah, 2 third-place finishes,
third-place
whatever. Just
Kind of like
whatever.
Chris's gambling. It's still not a win. Yeah. But no, it's good stuff. We'll hopefully it's a cool tournament to watch this week. You know, little celebrities out there. Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake. Maybe I'll watch it. You know, a couple of cool guys that are going to go out there and play.
Yeah,
And then we'll see.
I will say between the three, hey Matt, how much podcasting experience you had before this? Zero. Yeah. So between the 4 of us,
What he's trying to say is that we're the best podcast he's ever worked with.
yeah, well, the best. No, but between the 4 of us, before we started this a couple weeks ago, we had 0 podcasting experience.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah, 0. So I think we're doing pretty good.
Where do you think you'd rank us now? Expert
Expert
level after 3 podcasts?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Pretty close
so.
to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's on top of expert?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
You
You've made it.
yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Big time.
Yeah.
All right. Hey Sean, you got anything to promote?
Yes, sir. We got Sean Paul PGA on Instagram and Twitter, along with, of course, our Finishing Forks Golf Podcast Facebook page.
Hey,
which
I
is-
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Go
Up and
follow
running.
that.
That is a huge thing for us.
Isn't it? It's
Yeah.
big, right?
That's where we get the
No.
questions.
Yeah, that's where we get the
we'd like to
questions.
get the questions.
It's free, so that's kind of why we did it there.
Free
but
is
it's
nice.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All
What
right.
about you guys?
Chris, what do you got?
I got nothing. Not
Nothing?
trying to promote anything. I was just trying to promote the Facebook page, to
There
be
you go.
honest.
Sorry for stealing that from me, Chris.
Oh, it's all
go,
good.
Go follow Chris at cookie.crisp.via on Instagram. Anything else? Anywhere else? That's
no,
it.
that's
just
it,
go
really.
follow him
Yeah,
there.
that's the only place I check.
Go follow him. Again, if you can't find that, just go ahead and follow me or Sean. Then go ahead and find Chris there. You can follow me, Jack Swisher Golf, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not very good at any of them, but I throw some things out there every now and again. So yeah, that's fine.
Mediocre
Yeah.
at all of them?
Yeah. I've also got a Get Golf Ready class going on starting in February. So if anyone's looking for some instruction, $59 for 5 weeks. Got a special going. So you can find that. I'll go and post that on my Facebook page. If anyone's interested, I've got some spots left for it.
After this weekend, I'm going to have to sign myself up for that one.
Done.
Had a rough go, Chris?
It was real rough. rough. We could do a Project Chris this year. Get Chris back into the
Like the old
TO
Hank,
City.
like the Hank Haney project?
Yeah.
We could do that. Get
Hold
me
on.
back ready to go defend my title
Hold
from
on,
4
Chris.
years
Yeah,
ago.
let's bring that up real quick. How'd that go? When the last time you played in the TO City? I believe you were working with me, actually.
I was working with you actually 4 years ago, and I won by about 7 or more strokes.
That was
I still got the trophy.
B-Flight champion right there,
B-Flight.
right? Go ahead. You go ahead and post a picture of that shirt. That
I
trophy.
actually will. I have a good
Yeah,
picture of
that's
that
good
somewhere.
stuff. That's when you take some lessons and you start peaking at the right time.
Yeah, go ahead and
That's it.
post that right next to your Grammy.
Gotta love
All right,
Bruno
guys.
Mars.
Yeah, I think that's it for us today. We will see you next week.
See ya.